Innovation has too much faith in technology and not enough commitment to technology. It's placebo techno-radicalism, toying with risk so as to reaffirm the comfortable. It's time that we take a step back and ask some serious questions about the intellectual viability of innovation. We're told that not only is change accelerating, but the pace of change is accelerating. And in terms of the computational carrying capacity at a planetary level, this is true. But at the same time, and in fact the two are related, we're also in a moment of cultural de-acceleration. We invest our energies in futuristic information technologies, including our cars, but drive them home to kitsch architecture copied from the 18th century. The future on offer is one in which everything can change so long as everything stays the same. A sense that maybe it's all going to work out after all. Spiritual buzz. Well, I'm sorry, but this is not up to the challenge of the problems that we're ostensibly here to face. They're complex and difficult and not given to tidy, just-so solutions. They don't care about anyone's experience of optimism. Placebo politics and placebo innovation. Design is not some magic answer. Design is very important, but for different reasons. Getting excited about design is easy because, like talking about the future, it's more polite than dealing with the real white elephants in the room, such as phones, drones, and genomes. And in addition to all of the amazingly great things that these technologies do, they're also the basis of NSA spying, flying robots killing people, and the wholesale privatization of biological life. So you see, the potential of these technologies is both wonderful and horrifying at the same time. And so to guide them towards a good future, design as innovation just isn't strong enough of an idea by itself. We need to talk a lot more about design as immunization, to actually preventing certain innovations that we don't want from happening. Our problems are not puzzles to be solved. This metaphor implies that all the necessary pieces are already on the table. They just need to be rearranged and reprogrammed. It's not true. Innovation defined as puzzles, as rearranging pieces and adding more processing power, is not some big idea that's going to disrupt the broken status quo. That precisely is the broken status quo. This timidity is not our path to the future. This is incredibly conservative. And more gigaflops won't inoculate us, because if a problem is endemic to a system, then the exponential effects of Moore's law also amplify what's broken. It's more computation along the wrong curve. And I hardly think this is a triumph of reason. Thinking is stuck in a Cold War gear. And worse is when economics is debated like metaphysics, as if any real system is just a bad example of the ideal. Communism in theory was an egalitarian utopia. Actually existing communism, what meant ecological devastation, government spying, crappy cars, gulags. Capitalism in theory is rocket ships, nanomedicine, Bono saving Africa. Actually existing capitalism is Walmart jobs, McMansions, people living in sewers under Las Vegas, plus ecological devastation, government spying, crappy public transportation, and for-profit prisons. And yet, the alternatives on offer range from basically what we have plus a little more Hayek to what we have plus a little more Keynes. Why? You see, when inspiration becomes manipulation, inspiration becomes obfuscation. And if you're not cynical, you should be skeptical. You should be as skeptical of placebo politics as you are of placebo medicine. It doesn't have to be that way, but another futurism is possible. The recent centuries have seen tremendous advances in improving the quality of life. But the paradox is that the system we have now, whatever you want to call it, is in the short term what makes these new technologies possible, but in the long term, it's also what suppresses their full flowering. A new economic architecture is a prerequisite. If we really want transformation, we have to slog through the hard stuff. The history, the economics, philosophy, art, the ambiguities and contradictions. Because focusing just on technology or just on innovation actually prevents transformation. We need to raise the level of general understanding to the level of complexity of the systems in which we are embedded and which are embedded in us. It's about the hard, difficult work of demystification and reconceptualization. At a societal level, the bottom line is that if we invest in things that make us feel good but which don't work, and don't invest in things which don't make us feel good but which may solve problems, then our fate is that in the long run it'll just get harder and harder to feel good about not solving problems. And in this case, the placebo is not just ineffective, it's harmful. Because it takes your interest and energy and outrage and diverts it into this black hole of affectation. Keep calm and carry on innovating. To me, it's not inspirational, it's cynical.